Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Alpna, Aman, Ankita, Arshia, Hers, Lalbabu, Manjit, Abid, Mili, Nutan, Pooja, Rahul, Sonam, Sumitra, Sunita, Swastika, and Tanupriya, Anjali also. Okay. Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Very good morning. Okay. So, as all of you told me in our previous class that you want to discuss about conversation and dialogue, so today we are going to discuss about conversation skill and dialogue also. Okay, as all of you have suggested this topic, so we are going to discuss. Okay. Okay, continue. So, conversation is one of the most important communication tool, right? In our daily life we interact with each other, we interact with individual person, we interact with group of persons. So interaction is very common and one of the important tool of communication. We communicate through interaction with others, right? Now, how to improve communication skill? We generally we think that interaction is very common and it doesn't require any effort, and we just interact very, usually just commonly as just talk to each other. No, if you want to be a good conversationalist, then you have to give some efforts. Okay, you have to focus on how to improve your communication skill, how to improve your conversation skill if you want to be a good conversationalist. So communication also requires effort and focus. You have to focus on this skill, then only you will be able to become a good conversationalist. And today we are going to discuss about very common points. There are 7 points I think, and these are very common. If you want to add some other points from your experience, so you can tell me. Okay, maybe there are some other points, but let us discuss at first these 7 points which are very common and useful, I hope. First is listen more than you speak. So here we are going to discuss about how to improve conversation skill. Okay, first point is listen more than you speak. You all know that listening is very important skill. If we don't listen well, then we can't understand well, and in the same way we can respond well if you listen well to others. So listening is very important if we want to respond well, right? And if we don't listen well to others, what will happen? We will be not able to understand what the other person wants to say, and as a result we will not be able to communicate properly. So listening is very important. And another more interesting thing is, if you listen well to others, you will be an enjoyable person. That means you are, when you will listen to others, that means you are trying to understand the emotion of others. Okay, you are trying to understand the other person, their thinking and opinion, and you will be able to create a good image. You will be known as a enjoyable person, or one who can understand the emotion of others. And if you are enjoyable person, if you are friendly person, if you can understand the emotion of others, then you will get so many friends around you, right? So always Try to listen to others. Listening is very important. Stay calm and listen to others, what they want to say. After listening well, then show your reaction, then respond. It will create a very good image and you will be a friendly person. Second point is resist the urge to dominate. Well, how can we dominate the conversation? Can you tell me? All of you? Here the point is written resist the urge to dominate. Now, how can we dominate the conversation? Say.
By talking too much or not let the other person talk.
Yes, very good, Anuj. Yes, Anuj is absolutely right. So, if we, if we don't give opportunity to others to share their views, that means we are dominating the conversation, right? And this is a very, negative trait. You should resist the urge to dominate the conversation if you want to be a good conversationalist. Always try to be an easygoing person, a cheerful person, and always try to take interest in other person. Always try to take interest. That means always try to know what the other person think about. Okay, what is their opinion? So always take interest in other person. If you are very self-centered person, if you always busy with yourself, always thinking about yourself and always busy with sharing your views only, if you don't give opportunity to others to share their views, then you are not a good conversationalist. A good conversationalist is one who is an easygoing person, who gives opportunity to others to share their views and who takes interest in other person. Okay, now next point is apply the 3 C's. Well, 3 C's here means care, courtesy, and consideration. All these three words you can see here, all these three words started with the letter C, right? Care C, courtesy C, and consideration C. And these are the 3 C's: care, courtesy, and consideration. Now, how can we apply these 3 C's? These are three qualities: care, courtesy, and consideration. Now, you have to be a careful person whenever you communicate with others. Always try to be careful person. How? Suppose you are speaking with your friend. Let's start with informal communication. Like suppose you are speaking with your friend, so you can ask you, how are you, or how is your study going on? Okay, if your friend is working, then you can say how is your work going on and all. You can ask about his or her work, and their about their family members and all. Okay, and whenever you communicate formally, suppose with your colleagues or some official staffs and all, then you can simply ask them uh, about their well-being. You can ask them about their well-being, right? Like yes, how are you, you can ask. Okay, uh, yes, what can you ask formally? Yes, if you know that person personally, then you can ask about their family also. If you know that person personally, then only you can ask about their family. So these are the things which shows that you genuinely care the other person. Okay, you have to show your care, that yes, you really care about the other person. And this is a very good quality. If you are careful, then you are a good conversationalist. It is one of the quality of a good conversationalist. It is not that if you are careful, then you are a good conversationalist. No, there are some other qualities also. It is one of those qualities, careful. So you have to be careful. Next is courtesy. Okay. So courtesy, I personally believe that courtesy is a very magical quality. If you always behave politely, then it shows that you are a person with having good personality. Because if you know how to control your temper, and if you know how to remain calm and composed, if you always behave politely, that means you are a mature person. You know how to behave. So always try to stay calm, composed, and always behave politely. Courtesy is very magical quality. Always try to remain calm and composed. Next is consideration. Okay. Try to be considerate towards others. That means try to give respect to others. If you give respect to others, then you can expect the same from others. That means if you give respected, you will be respected by others. Okay? So always try to be considerate towards others. Suppose you are there is a dispute between you and your friend. Your friend is saying something, but you don't agree with your friend. Maybe it is very natural, but in that case also, you have to be very polite, and you have to listen to the views of your friend. Okay, you have to respect to the views of your friend, because your friend is expressing his or her views from different perspective. You are expressing from your perspective, and your your friend is expressing from his or her perspective. So maybe it differs. Your thinking differs from your friend, but you have to give respect. Not only your friend, maybe you disagree with your colleague at your workplace, or uh, colleagues, friend, neighbors, whoever may be, but always try to give respect to the views of others. Always try to show respect to others. It also shows that you are a person with having good personality, and you are a good conversationalist also, if you give respect to others. So these are the 3 C's: care, courtesy, and consideration. Always try to follow the 3 C's and try to apply these 3 C's while communicating with others. Next point is ask questions. Okay. This is a point. You all are familiar with this, because you all know how to ask questions and how to keep engaged the other person who are communicating. Because while discussing while discussing about GD, I also told you about how to ask questions, right? and how to keep your audience engaged. In the same way, while communicating with others, try to make the other person or persons engaged in the communication. Okay, if it is only one way communication, it will not be a good communication, right? So communication will be a useful one when all the persons, maybe two persons or three persons, those who are involved in the process of communication, you have to make them involved in the process of communication, then only it will be a useful one. And how can you make them involved? How can you keep them engaged in your communication? By asking them some questions. Okay, suppose you are discussing with your friends, okay, group of suppose your sorry, so you are, suppose you are discussing with your friends, so many friends, and in your discussion only one person is speaking, only one person is hearing his or her views, and all the other persons are remaining silent, then it is not good communication at all. And if you are only speaking, if you are only the one speaker, then you are also not a good conversationalist. Okay, yes, speaking is important, it is a good quality, but there are some other qualities also. So you have to make the other persons involved in the process of communication by asking them some questions. You have to encourage the speaker, those who are there, those who are there in the those who are not participating in the process of communication, you have to encourage those to expand on his or her thoughts and opinions. Okay, this is a very good quality, and this is a good quality, this is a quality of a good leader also. If you are a team leader, there will be so many team members, and you have to encourage your team members to share their views. Because you have to know them personally, you have to know the thoughts of the team members, then only you can take any final decision, right? So it's a quality of a good leader also. You have to encourage the speaker to say something. Point number 4 done. Now number 5, use appropriate body language. Suggest non-verbally also that you are engaged in the conversation. Yes. How can you suggest non-verbally that you are engaged in the conversation? By maintaining eye contact, or by simply nodding. You can also suggest that you are listening, you are engaged. Okay, if you don't give any positive body language that yes, you are interested to listen, then the speaker will not be encouraged to share his or her views more, right? Suppose the speaker is saying something and you are just listening. You are don't showing, you are not exhibiting any kind of positive body language that yes, you are interested to listen to that speaker. If you don't show, if you don't exhibit any kind of positive body language, then the speaker will not be encouraged to say anymore, right? So you have to show that yes, you are interested. How can you show? As I have told you, by maintaining eye contact, or suppose the speaker is saying something and you agree, then you can simply nod. It means yes, you agree with that person. And if you don't agree, you can share your views also politely, but you can share your views. So you have to use positive body language which can suggest non-verbally that you are engaged in the conversation, you are listening, you are interested. Okay. Point number 6 is be fluent while speaking. Yes, fluency is a much desired attribute of a good conversationalist. Yes, it's true. Fluency is very important. Obviously, fluency is important because suppose you were discussing something, and if you can't find appropriate words to express yourself, then it can create obstacles in the process of communication. If you don't express yourself, because if you don't find any appropriate words to express, then it can create barriers or obstacles, right? So you have to be fluent. And how can you improve your fluency? By enriching your vocabulary. Okay, try to know new words daily, because if you enrich your vocabulary, you will be able to find out appropriate words to express yourself. Okay, so always try to enrich your vocabulary, try to learn new words daily. And learning new words is not sufficient, you have to use those words in sentences, right? So yes, you know the meaning of that word, but if you can't use that word in the sentence, then it is not useful at all. So you have to use that word in the sentences. Okay, so the solution is enriching vocabulary. You have to enrich your vocabulary as much as possible. Point number 7, building trust and credibility. Yes, if you want to be a good conversationalist, you have to be a trustworthy person. How can you be a trustworthy person? Is it possible? Say, how can we become a trustworthy person to others? From your experience, say something. What do you think? How can we become a trustworthy person? Yes, Anuj.
By gaining someone trust,
Yes.
by keeping their secrets.
Okay, by keeping their secrets. Yes, it's true.
By listening to them and
Hmm.
keeping their words to ourselves only, and do
Okay.
not tell anyone else and making them feel offended.
Okay, very good. Very good.
But, ma'am, if he trusts you, means then only he will share the secret with you, na? If he doesn't trust you, then why will he share his secret to you?
If you listen to that person and don't let them offend by anyone else and don't let their secrets be opened, then they can trust you. This will develop trust.
Yes, it's a yes, it's a gradual process. So you have to gradually you have to be a trustworthy person. It's not that you can gain the trust of other person in one day. No, gradually, it's a gradual process. If you are a trustworthy person, as you have to keep their words to you only. If you don't reveal their secrets to others. Yes, it's a very good point. So it's a gradual process. Gradually you have to gain the trust. Okay, there is one other point. How can you build trust? How can you be a trustworthy person? you can become a trustworthy person by spending time and talking about various subjects. Suppose if you spend time with others and if you talk about various subjects with those persons, then gradually you will get to know their thoughts, their opinions, because we all have different mindsets. And if you spend time with an individual person, you will be able to know their thinking perspective. Okay, and if you know their thinking perspective, it will be easier for you to be a trustworthy person, because you know that what they think and which can hurt him or her, or if they tell you any kind of secret, you shouldn't reveal those secrets to others, right? So in this way you can gain trust, you will be able to become a trustworthy person. You should try to spend time with others and you should talk about various subjects with them and try to know their thinking perspective. Okay, if you know their thinking perspective, it will be very easier to know, it will be very easier for you to get connected with that person easily, right? If you know a person individually, their thinking perspective, their likes and dislikes and all, it will be very easier for you to get connected. And if you are successful to get connected with that person, you will be a trustworthy person gradually. Okay, so these are the features for good yes, these are the features of a good conversation. And whatever we have discussed, these are the points how can we become a good conversationalist, a good communicator. Okay, now do you want to add some other points, because there are only 7 points, these are very few points but very common, right? No, so now if you want to add some other points, if you think that there are some other points also which can help us to become a good conversationalist, then you can share. There are 29 participants. All of you, please share your views. What do you think? How can we become a good conversationalist? From your experience, you can say, because in our daily life, we communicate with our friends, our teachers, colleagues, neighbors, family members. So, from your experience, you can say.
According to me, understanding plays a major role, because although we listen to other person, it's very important to know what they want to convey to us.
Yes, very
Don't just
good.
listen to them what their words are saying. Sometimes there are some things beyond their words. We
Yes,
can
Anjali.
only get by understanding.
Okay, very good point. Your point of view is very realistic one. Yes, you have to understand the emotion of the other person. Maybe there is something behind the words. You have to understand what the other person wants to convey, wants to say. You know, it's sometimes someone, if your friend is not expressive, if your friend is not expressive and your friend can't express himself or herself, then you have to understand what your friend wants to say. So you have to try to understand at least the emotion of the other person. Very realistic point, Anjali. Any other point? Tanupriya, Swastika, Sunita, Sumitra, Sonam, Rahul, Pooja, Preeti, Nutan, Nandan, Mili. Say something. Aditya, Anuj, Aman, Arsia, Hers, Akash, Ronak. There are 29 participants.
Before starting the conversation, we must know the person, or not just we have to start talking to them of anything. We must know the person uh, before starting the conversation. Otherwise, it will be awkward, or it will not go well if we don't know the person and start conversation without knowing them.
But sometimes you have to communicate with the unknown person, right? Then?
Yeah, in yes, in formal way, we have to communicate with the person we don't know about. Then we can talk about on the topic what we meant to communicate. Like on, if we are in some kind of meeting, then we can talk about the meeting deals or
Yes.
presentation. So we have to know the topic or know the person to start the communication.
Okay. Okay, Anuj. Any other point? Mili, say something. Muskan, Priti, Sunita, Swastika, say something.
Also, ma'am, if we start the conversation, we must know how to end the conversation also. If we don't know how to end the conversation, it will also be bad for the our conversation. So we must know how to end the conversation on good note.
How to end?
Yeah, if we are talking to someone and we want to end the conversation, or our
Okay.
conversation is ending, but we don't know how to end
Okay.
on a high note or a good note, so it will also be bad.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Here you can see conversation 1 and conversation 2. Just you have to read the conversation 1, then you have to find out which quality of conversation is lacking here. Okay, conversation 1. Something is lacking here in conversation 1. You have to find out which quality is lacking here. Now, who will read? Customer and counselor. I'm going to choose 2 participants. Sonam, are you there? Sonam, are you there? Sonam Kumari? No response. Aditya. Aditya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ajay, are you there? Ajay? Ajay is not responding. Aman, are you there? Aman Kumar?